Okay, so welcome to Asheville. This map is pretty straightforward for Soldier. It's just pretty much like basic flank work. I was gonna start off with the whip, just whip people as much as possible. Your team's gonna want to do one or two rollouts. One you'll go through there, the other you just go through main here and go through the shutter. So just whip whoever's going where. One thing you can do is sort of jump and focus your whips on the sniper, and you'll whip your sniper through here so he can get here as quickly as possible, come here and then take a shot at the medic if he happens to be rolling out and then dropping down like that way. So that's a thing you can do. Otherwise just whip obviously like heavy and medic priority through shutter or bats, and then once the mid fight starts, there's a few things you can do. One thing I wouldn't really recommend is going underneath here, because this is just asking to pretty much die. Like I really just like ignoring this underneath area, except for like during certain transition plays. But like mid fights, if like don't have your combo go down there either. Like if their combo goes down there, cool, they're stuck. There's 2 choke points they can come out of now, and you can just walk on point and control all of this ground and just kill anything that is up and around here. But yeah, so you want your team, you'll be playing either like left or right side, and just pretty much be on like around the same side your team is, or unless you want to go like behind them really quickly. If you're sort of doing like a slow mid fight, jump on whatever roof that your team's on. Just sort of do like some slow peeks. Just try and get out consistent damage, and the second your team's ready to push, just jump in and just do damage wherever need be. The best way really to do mid fights on this map though is just to get behind as quickly as possible, or just delay getting behind if it starts getting obvious. And that's a few things you can do. If you're whipping your team through bats right here, just pretty much just do that right there and jump back here. You can usually, unless it's another soldier like a heavy or other combo, you can win any fight usually in this area, but usually there isn't people. They're all like sort of streamlined over there, so you can just come over here and get behind through that, and then just wrap through here. You can either fight anything like shutter, or just walk out of shutter and come behind them like that, or just jump here and then jump up here to get to their bats and harass them. Other thing to get behind is just to get into their bats. Like if you're whipping people through shutter right here, then you can pretty much just do the same thing. Get behind, focus the sniper if he's up here, just get him out of the fight immediately. Usually there'll be a sniper and an NG, like a sniper and somebody up here, but usually the NG is chilling around here, and you can take a pretty easy fight against him. Just make sure to focus him first, not the mini, and you should be fine. Unless he has like, unless you miss all of your rockets and he has like god aim, you're not gonna lose that fight really. But just get behind and then just start harassing them. You can like spam them, just be like, hey, I'm over here, and like if they're holding over there, and just harass, like make some things look at you. Then you can like peek through shutter and shit and start like shooting if like a sniper's over there by barrels or anything. Or if they didn't notice you behind, you can just wrap around this way and just shoot whatever's right here, take out the dispenser or whatever. But yeah, just try and get behind, or if you don't get behind, just time your bomb with your team pushing. Just wait for your demo to reload his stickies, have him call whenever he's pushing, and then just jump in and just, you can either like, if they're holding around here, you can just sort of like jump past them, do like a damage or 2, and then you can put more consistent damage once you're behind and have like the high ground against them. Over here you can't really do the same thing. You could like have one of 2 options. One, you can just jump up here and just use this to spam, and then you can even like get away after you've done your damage. Or you can just jump like straight into them, try and catch retreating things or whatever's behind this wall, and deal with it that way. Holding the mid, you pretty much can just cycle like wherever you want. Like just hold like in areas like this, just not too much. Like you can like spam around here, watch down here, like, and you can pretty much see the entire map. Just make sure you're not like in any sniper angles, and the second the sniper's called, you can just back up a little bit. If he's called left, you can play like around this area, he can't really hit you. And just chill around here. If he's called right, then you can pretty much like just stand on point. You can stand around like this area, or Especially if it's ever called that he's right and he's alone, then just get into him like as quickly as possible. Put some rockets into him, and like that's just a super easy pick. Especially if you're sitting back here, you can just get right into him, usually juggle him with that first rocket, then he can't really surf anywhere because of all this shit up here. So like that's just a super easy sniper pick. Even if things are protecting him, as long as it's like a pyro who can just reflect all of the damage, you can just jump over their heads. Like if you're on bats, you can literally just go over their heads and just get onto the sniper that way. So there's a bunch of different things you can do like that on this map. You can even, if you expect like a push coming, you can just drop down here, hold by this health kit. Just make sure you're watching like, if they're bats, you can sort of like peek here and like splash the sides like that. Splash up there and just pester and then peek back down so nothing can really kill you. If things are fighting you like on the high ground, and splash that wall behind them, splashing like this wall. Same with them, if you know like a pyro or something's coming from around here chasing you, you can just pre-fire right there and get a pretty easy direct on them, because there's no really other way. So if you're ever playing underneath, like just sort of be a nuisance, and then if you ever see that you can get in here for free, then you can just use that as a quick easy way to get behind them through bats. But otherwise just sort of peeking and prodding as much as possible. Push, so holding the point is pretty much just stay out of sniper sight lines, just take high ground as much as possible. Pushing the point, I pretty much just like almost sack in almost every single time, just getting behind them and just killing whatever can. Like I pretty much just focus snipers, medics, and demos as much as physically possible. Just do damage or get kills to those classes as much as possible, and you're doing a fine job. So like when pushing the point, there's a few things you can do. You can do here and just jump around here, get behind them like that, or do damage through there. Especially if they're ever holding like right here and they don't have anybody on their bats, you can do so much fucking damage just like sitting up there, and you never have to drop down because you don't have to commit into them. Like who gives a shit if they're down there? Your team has full control of the point, and you can just completely deny them from up here and do so much damage to them that it doesn't even matter. But yeah, like just attacking the point, besides from going over there, if you come from bats, again it's just this jump right here, you can get into them, or you can even jump like straight across the point if you want. You can get into from bats here, just straight into shutter, come through here, harass anything like over here, and just get to their bats that way. But it's pretty much just like timed aggression. Like you never really want to bomb without a reason. Like if you're bombing to sack for their med, always have like your demo with you, especially if they're sacking over here. You and like a well-timed demo bomb can do a lot of work. Just make sure you let the demo get like the first sticky off, because your rockets usually juggle them a shit ton, and those stickies will do a lot more like consistent damage, and you can get a lot easier like clean up kills than your demo can. But yeah, just like bomb with someone, or like bomb with a purpose. Like if your team's about to push, then just come in and suicide and like sack into whatever, just deal as much damage or just distract people so your team can get this free room and just walk forward across the point. You can also, same with like push underneath and just be that nuisance down there as well. Dealing with people behind you, because again it is so easy to get people behind you. Like people can take over your bats so easily. Just never take the fight by yourself. Make sure it's like you and an NG, you and a pyro, you and a scout. Just you and something need to come up here to deal with it. Just never take that. Yeah, just never take that fight by yourself, because you're just pretty much asking to get picked off super easily. But especially like if a spy's like ambying from your own bats, like you can always, wherever you are, you can just rotate around. Like even if you're holding around here, just jump over to the bats really quick, find whatever's shooting. Same with like abusing like this right here. If you're fighting anything, just jump onto this, and then all of a sudden you have instant high ground onto them. So like this, I don't know, there's not too much more to say about this map. Like common sniper spots, usually up here or like around here. There's barrels, which is right here, who can see like down there and shutter. There's the shutter sight line, which you can pretty much just see the point, and then there's all of the bat sight line, which you can pretty much see even to that health kit right there, and then over here, so all the way to over there. So pretty much the only place like safe on bats is behind one of these two covers. Like you can be back here, here, or back here. Otherwise, you're pretty much going to be in a sniper's island if the enemy sniper's on bats. So, loadouts for this map, because you're jumping and like getting around, like jumping on this map is so fucking overpowered. Like, I would not run any banners. I would pretty much stick with gunboats. And your options for weapons, like the black box is it's still decent, it's just a little bit worse for the style that you want to be on Asheville, so I wouldn't really use the black box. I'd pretty much just use stock or airstrike. Like the airstrike got a massive buff, and it's just stupid stupid good on this map, so I would abuse it like as much as possible. But stock, like you can just, it's the same game, like you can just sort of jump around and do whatever. But with the airstrike, there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. Like, you can jump on from your bats to their, like it's a little bit difficult, but like if you have like 6 or more, like 6 to 8 rockets, you're still gonna have, after doing all of that, you've only lost 60 health, and you still have another like 2 to 4 rockets to shoot them with if you want to do that. The pretty much like airstrike meta on this map is you just want to get to 5 rockets. 5 rockets I found is just the sweet spot, because you can pretty much do anything with that. So it's like play a little bit passive. You can try and like get like 1 kill. Like you can, like say like they're over here, like you can jump over here, put some rockets, just strafe back and come back over here, and just try and get like a cheeky pick or something like that. Same with like over here. Then you can just back out. You can even only use like, if you jump and just use like 2 rockets, then I guess that was a bad example. You can like jump, use 2 or 3 rockets, and then use your last one to like get out, since you can get so fucking many. But yeah, just abuse the living hell out of the airstrike on this map. You don't always have to give yourself up, but one thing is, if you do run the airstrike on this map, is understand, like even if you have 8 rockets, like all that's like, don't feel protective of yourself. Like you don't need to keep those 8 rockets, because it's still just a fine weapon even with the 4. Like and like all those 8 rockets to me mean is that I can pretty much secure a kill 100% when I go bombing in. So like if I ever have 8 rockets, I'm just going in and suiciding, because I know I can get something. Like if they're holding over here and I have 8 rockets, I'm just going to put all 8 into fucking right here, and something's going to die. It's probably going to be a demo or a medic. But until like you get to like a decent amount of rockets, just pretty much just do like bullshit like that, and just like even you can just like jump over their heads to their bats. Like you can do this and then just put like the rockets on there, then all of a sudden you're back here and you've done 3 rockets worth of damage to them, and then you've gotten behind them as well. I mean, even after doing like, say like you put 2 or 3 rockets on them, you can still have like 2 to 3 rockets to fight something on their bats after you've even done that. So like just fight things on bats as much as, like with the airstrike, just fight things on the bats and just do damage and just be a nuisance. Even if you don't get any kills, like all of those rockets are doing so much damage that it doesn't even matter. Like they cannot push anymore. Like just jumping over here, and all of a sudden that's like, maybe like if they're running like Natasha, that's about 220 damage into the heavy, just like right there. So that's about half of his health if he was fully overhealed. But just keep doing like shit like that, and you can just gain high ground, and then just jump back away, like get back to your medic, or get back to a health kit or whatever. Same with, don't be afraid to just take health kits as much as possible on this map. Like, this one, I pretty much just take as much as possible. Like, I'll just be jumping over here, I'll like be fighting something over here, and then I'll just jump away, and then all of a sudden just come back to this health kit, and then I can come back into the fight and do whatever I want. So yeah, just abuse health kits. Like same with like, that's one of the benefits of going in the lower area, is if you know this is clear and you can just spam things, have control of this health kit, and the second something starts pushing you, you can get away no problem, go back to this health kit, and you'll be at full health. So yeah, I would 100% recommend running the airstrike and just abuse it to its full potential. Forward holding on this map is kind of difficult. It's really only if you got like a near wipe and your team's moving fast and you already have the point. But if you're forward holding, pretty much your job is like, you want your sniper around here, and then you can have like you and a scout around here. You're pretty much whatever your sniper is not watching, you just want to be spamming. So if your sniper's watching down there, just keep spamming shutter, just call whatever starts peeking it. If your sniper's watching down there, just keep doing this and just calling things that he can't see, since he has a much smaller field of vision. Once he's hard scoped on one of these areas, your combo can just sit up there. A sort of like mini forward hold, like just for you. If you ever like wipe them or anything, like you can just come down here and like get behind their bats and just sort of like wait. And then like this, you can just sort of wait right here. Just have, just basically the second you hear like a medic or something, just jump around here and just do damage into them like that. And it's pretty efficient. Same with, if you ever need to like catch something out retreating, just chase some bats. If a medic's ever like backing out from down here, that's what I like to do, is just jump up here across this wall and then just try and catch them when they're retreating back here. And you can also just do the same jump, like not going so high, but you can just like do this and then just get into them as quickly as possible if they're retreating like that. Same with, you can just bomb things on this pack right here. Like you can jump forward and just sort of do that and just deny that pack as much as possible, especially with the airstrike, because that's pretty much something dead if they're trying to go for that health kit, which is also a reason why it's just wonderful. But there's a like there's a few like nifty jumps you can do with the airstrike. Like you can just jump across the point by doing that, get from here to there pretty easily by just doing that. You can even like hit the ramp surf if you hit it decently enough, but you can do that especially if you have like 6 rockets or so. Then you'll still have another like 3 going into them, but I'd just usually recommend doing that. But that's pretty much it for Asheville. Like there isn't really too many like stupid hiding spots or anything. Like you can sort of like hide back here and wait for things. Honestly, even just like hiding in some stupid spots like up here, just waiting for things to come. The only thing is like this mirror, or this glasses right here that they can see you through. But like there's a bunch of just like this random like stupid high ground that you can sit on, but it doesn't really affect too much. Like honestly, if you're gonna like camp something, I would just stand like right here or right over here. Even in this bush, I've had people just walk past me because it's pretty hard to see something. Like you can even see like the lower half of my body there. Like it's pretty difficult to see something, especially if you don't have like a giant like glow of yellow around your head. But yes, chilling back here. If everyone like spawn camp a medic or a sniper or something, if they're spawning alone, you can do that too. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Asheville. Like it's straight forward as it can be. Just get behind and just be a nuisance, and you'll be doing a bunch for your team. Just make sure you're focusing demos, snipers, and medics, and everything should be hunky-dory.